Hello people, Elevate Truth TV is back again. The other day I did a post on Facebook regarding the fact that the mother of my children has sought an application from the court in order that I will not be able to speak to my children should I bump into them in and around the Preston area. She had previously to this applied to the court to have me barred from the entire area of Preston, which the judge in the criminal case said was ridiculous. I knew it was ridiculous anyway because it's a draconian measure and people without any kind of criminal activity can't be banned for an entire area. It really plays into the kind of narcissism and the privilege that she thinks that she is due. Now, the point of this video is because I want parents to understand that it's not just about fighting for your children, it's about defining in the law how the legal process that we're involved in, the family courts, is actually violating the rights of our children. In this case, the mother has a request to the courts, which she has the right to do, but is that request a legitimate one? Now, just going back to the earlier statement, she wants it to be made possible that if I were to see my children walking around the city centre, because she believes that they're getting older and gaining some form of independence, this was put in the letter to the courts, that she believes I should be prevented. And she believes that it should be a criminal act to say hello to my own children. Why? Well, in a previous video, I went into the reasons why I went to the family court. And the ultimate reason, the real reason, is because she believes that I'm going to tell my children about these two characters. Now, these two characters ran a scheme called capoeira, a martial arts, where they're extorting money from basically susceptible and vulnerable mothers. A lot of single mothers are involved, and they're extorting money based on the children. Now, one of the individuals called William Solskjaer also had a scheme in Brazil where he was extorting money. And this video is not about that. But the long and short of it was that I uncovered that two individuals, possibly these two, or other individuals within the group, were barred from working with children, potential paedophiles. And because the mother of my children had inappropriate relationships with both these individuals, she felt it was best to cover up this activity or the information that two people could be potential paedophiles. And at the same time, she was taking my children around to different people's houses. Now, my daughter in particular is a very intelligent one, and she knows what was going on. So it is the mother's intention to never allow me to tell the truth on these matters. Now, it isn't my intention to tell the truth to my children unless they ask the questions anyway. But I believe the truth does set you free. And this video is about what is being done. And hopefully we can learn something from it. Now, if the mother of my children was to gain the application that she's made to the courts to have me prevented and criminalized for saying hello to my children, in effect, she would be destroying their rights, their human rights. Now, this book has become a bit of a Bible to me because it's a powerful set of information about the human rights of my children and your children. The mother of my children now wants to get this order put in place. But the implication of that is this, that should I speak to my children and I'm then arrested for saying hello to them, it wouldn't be the mother who would be dragged into court to give evidence against me. It would be the children who would have to go to a criminal court to give evidence against their father, stating that yes, he did say hello to me. So can you see the kind of demonic thinking that the mother is beginning to use in order to destroy the relationship between the father and the child? And also I'd like to state this. Many may say that she has justifiable cause. Maybe I'm a danger to the children. Well, my family court case has gone on for 6 years now. And at no time has she stated that I'm a danger to the children, because again, people like Kafkas would have to, well, I tell a lie there. She has actually said it, but she hasn't gone deep on it because she knows that the children would have to be forensically examined, forensically interviewed. And what these people like Kafkas who do their Section 7 reports do is they don't forensically interview the children with proper child experts to see if any harm has come to the children. But they like to make allegations because allegations is all it takes to make things happen in the court. So back to this. In order to defeat, or actually to challenge, the mother of my children, I have tried my best to empower the children. Because within this book, the children have a right to participation and also a right to be informed. Now this character is the children's so-called solicitor, who is supposed to be defending the rights of the children. Now when the mother of my children made the application to the court, I informed the solicitor, well, she knew about it, but I said, have the children been informed about this? And to my surprise, this individual told me that the children, she doesn't represent the children in this matter. So she represents the children in the family case which I instigated, but doesn't represent the children in the matter to do with the mother, where she's going to the court to have me prevented from saying hello to my children. It's an illegal measure that this individual is doing, because it states in the law, it states that children should be informed about anything that could potentially affect their lives. Their right to be informed. So I've mentioned two rights there, the right of participation and also the right to be informed. Now in 1985 there was a case called Gillett versus West Norfolk and Wisbech Area Health Authority. And it stated in this case, it became case law, it was taken to the Lords, and it was basically a medical case where children have the right, if they can understand and know the implications of the matters to be decided, they can make the decision. And they can make the decision without the parental permission of their parents. And this is talking about children under the age of 16. Now, in this case, I'm going to quote Lord Scarman's ruling on this case. It stated this: as a matter of law, parental rights to determine whether or not their minor child below the age of 16 without medical treatment terminates if and when the child achieves sufficient understanding and intelligence to understand fully what is proposed. I have gone to the courts, to the judge, and to the individual who is supposed to be representing my children, and I've applied for my daughter, who is now 12, still under the age of 16, and my son, who's 10. But these two individuals, I call them because they have rights that are bound in law that give everybody, not just adults, but children as well, the equality of having equal rights under the law. And because the law states that they have the right to participation, and because of this case, Gillett competency is what has derived from the case. The name Gillett is Victoria Gillett, who campaigned to have this law put in place and is now entrenched in law, which people like Kafkas and people like the solicitor I've mentioned are ignoring. I urge parents to remember this. The rights of your children are paramount, and the rights of your children are entrenched in law. When I made that post the other day, it was quite an emotional post, and it got quite a few reactions to it, and a few people, gave me a lot of great information, and I've spoken to some very wonderful individuals since. The point I'm making is this: the post itself could have seemed as if I'm just firing off at the mouth, talking about things that, and there's no action is being taken. I mentioned a fictional character called John Wick, who, if anybody's seen the film, he loses his dog and then he goes on a violent revenge spree, shooting people left, right and centre. And I liken myself to this man, not because I've got guns under the floor and I'm going to go around shooting people gung fu style. No. It's because I'm a person of will and determination. And my weapon is this, the law. When I was locked up, one second. When I was locked up in prison, this is a book that every prison must have. Must have. And I became a bane in their neck because I used to get this. They wouldn't let it out of the library in the prison, but I used to be always photocopying stuff out of this. And this is what helped me destroy the CPS. Destroy the CPS in criminal court by defending myself. Archbold. This is a 2010 copy because these books cost £900 or more. And they're updated yearly. These are the kind of books that solicitors and lawyers walk around with because they don't know the law. But these are the kind of books that we don't get our hands on because of the price and because of the kind of practices that lawyers and solicitors do. They know the law and they want to keep you blind to the law, and they think that they don't have to know certain things because we're all ignorant. But this is my power now. I'm not fighting for the rights of fathers. I'm fighting for the rights of children. Not just my children, all children. And in this case, when we talk about abuse of children, and if I was to say to social services, which I'll go into this in a later video, if I was to say social services that the mother of their children, of my children, was abusing them, which I did, they would take no notice because they only focus on the abuse that can be seen, such as physical abuse, sexual abuse, but they don't really think about the emotional abuse and how a child's development can be stunted by actions like this. Now, the mother, being a narcissist, believes that it is her right to prevent the truth getting to her children, but in doing so, she is destroying the rights, the human rights of the children. The right to take part in any decision. And here is what I'm going to finish with. The human right that says any child should have the right to a mother and a father if it is humanly possible. My children have the DNA of two people within them, and they become unique entities because of that. They have my DNA and they have their mother's DNA. They have my ancestry and they have the mother's ancestry. And what the mother is doing is they're trying to destroy their ancestral identity, their humanity, by disallowing them from the bond that they have with me, which is a bond not there just to enjoy. It's a bond that helps them to develop as children and adults. When I say to people that I will never stop fighting for my children, and to the mother as well, I've said it many times to her and in statements, if you wanted one of these men who would not be interested in their children, who would not fight to see their children, then when in university he was running around me, you should have done this. Find one of them. Because I'm a different one. I will not stop. I will never be deterred until my children are back in my life. The thing is this, my children are so intelligent and so uniquely beautiful, in my opinion. But the intelligence is the important part. If they see and interact with me and they do not want anything to do with me, then they have the right to discard me. But you, as the mother, do not. The relationship that I have with my children does not belong to you. It belongs to us. So, to my children, I don't know if you're happy with the poster campaigns that I've been doing. I don't know if my little girl has been saying, "Oh, Dad." I don't know. I don't know if my little man has been saying I don't like seeing my dad's face around town and all that. But I do know this. One day they're going to understand why I did what I did. What I went through to see them. And it will be done in a loving and respectful way. Now, I'm going to sign out from this episode of Alienate Truth TV because I've got some stuff to do today. But I'm going to come back with other videos. So for now, bye. Love the people out there. Peace.